There is a message. It's not a distant whisper, but a direct cry from your future self, delivered through a wisdom that transcends time. If you are here, it is not by chance. This message did not find you. It was intended for you. And what it reveals is so impactful that, once seen, your reality will never be the same. Prepare to uncover the secret that your higher self already masters, a knowledge capable of rewriting every line of your destiny. What you are about to discover is not just information. It is a key to unlock the power that resides within you, a power your future self already uses to manifest the impossible. The question is not whether you are ready, but whether you can ignore what must be said. Because from this moment on, the universe will show you that this message is real, and what you do with it will determine everything. The revelation is just beginning, and what follows will hold you until the very last second. The all is mind, the universe is mental. Wisdom reminds us that knowledge is power, but the application of that knowledge is the true magic. The great irony is that for most people, these moments of recognition are quickly dismissed. They are rationalized as mere coincidences, or worse, they are noticed, but no action is taken. People retreat into their familiar identities, their self-imposed limitations, and the old stories about what is possible. This inertia is the greatest obstacle to manifestation because a mind trapped in old patterns cannot grasp the magnitude of the message being sent. It is a vicious cycle where inaction reinforces the belief in impossibility, keeping a person stuck in a reality they themselves unconsciously perpetuate. But your future self is not just sending messages. It is transmitting the frequency, the energetic signature of the reality you are about to inhabit. This frequency is not abstract. It is a real vibration that permeates everything you want to manifest. The true turning point occurs when you begin to embody this frequency now, even before external circumstances appear. It is in that moment that you collapse the timeline between your present and your destiny, accelerating the process of materialization. The key lies in understanding that reality is a mirror, and what it reflects is your internal vibration, not your superficial aspirations. Transformation is not the process of becoming someone new, but rather of remembering who you already are on your highest timeline, and consciously choosing to embody that energy. This remembrance is an awakening, a recognition of your true essence, which has been obscured by conditioning and limiting beliefs. The quantum field, a web of interconnected possibilities, responds to identity, not to desire. It aligns with who you are being, not with what you want. This means that external changes are a direct reflection of internal changes, not the other way around. You attract not what you want, but who you are. When you begin to operate from the energy of your updated self, speaking as they would speak, acting as they would act, making decisions from their level of consciousness, reality has no choice but to reorganize itself around this frequency. This concept is deeply rooted in the first Hermetic principle, the principle of mentalism, which states, "The all is mind, the universe is mental." This means that the reality we experience is a manifestation of the universal mind, and our own mind, being part of this universal mind, has the power to shape our reality through our identity and vibrational frequency. The mind is the great architect, and reality is its masterpiece. The texts of the Corpus Hermeticum detail how the human mind, when aligned with the divine mind, can perform miracles and transform matter. They teach that true magic lies in the ability to control and direct one's own thoughts and emotions, because it is these that determine the frequency we emit into the universe. Thus, mental discipline is not just a spiritual practice, but a powerful tool for co-creation. Mastery over the mind is the first step to mastery over reality, a secret kept by the ancient Hermetic masters. But if the key to this change lies in your identity, and in understanding this ancient principle, how can you truly access and sustain this new way of being? Unveiling the secrets that the ancient Hermetists kept under lock and key. And what happens when the line of communication with your future self is filled with deafening noise? The noise in the transmission line and the inner battle. According to the alchemists, for the communication with your future self to become crystal clear, it is imperative to understand a fundamental principle. This advanced version of you exists in a state of absolute coherence. Their thoughts, emotions, and actions are in perfect harmony, with no cracks between what they desire and what they believe is possible. This duality has been completely dissolved. However, when you find yourself in the midst of inner conflict, desperately wanting something but secretly doubting your ability to achieve it, craving a deep transformation, but clinging to familiar and comfortable patterns, you are unknowingly creating massive interference in the quantum communication channel. It is like a deafening noise that prevents the message from getting through, a cacophony that distorts the clarity of the transmission. The clearer your internal signal becomes, the stronger and more undeniable the connection will be. This requires brutally honest introspection. Where are you living in contradiction? Where do your words and your energy point in opposite directions? Where are you shrinking to stay safe, allowing fear to dictate choices your expanded self would never make? This self-examination is painful but essential because it reveals the cracks in your coherence, the places where energy is scattered and intention is weakened. It is a direct confrontation with the shadows within you, an inevitable step toward true enlightenment, which can only be reached through the courage to look inward. Your future self operates from an inexhaustible source of love, not fear. Their decisions come from expansion, not contraction. They trust the intrinsic intelligence of the universe, because they have learned to trust the wisdom within themselves. Every time you choose love over fear, expansion over contraction, trust over control, you are tuning more precisely into their frequency. This conscious choice is an act of power, a reorientation of your inner compass toward your true essence, dissolving the fog of illusion and doubt that traps you, and clearing the way for clarity. This process of inner purification and alignment resonates deeply with the principles of initiatory alchemy. Alchemy, in its deepest essence, is not merely about turning metals into gold, but about inner transmutation, where the lead of ignorance and limitation is transformed into the gold of wisdom and enlightenment. The alchemists sought the philosopher's stone not just as a material catalyst, but as a symbol of spiritual perfection, reached through the overcoming of internal dualities and the harmonization of psychic elements. The true great work begins within, in the laboratory of the soul, where the raw material is the self. The fight against internal conflict is the first phase of the alchemical great work, the nigredo, or putrefaction. It is the stage where the raw material, our unrefined consciousness, is subjected to a process of decomposition and darkness. Only through this disintegration of old structures and limiting beliefs can a new, purer, and more aligned form emerge. This phase is essential for transmutation because without confronting the shadows, the light cannot be fully appreciated or integrated. It is a dive into the depths of the self, where truth is revealed in the darkness, and what this memory of the future means for your present, and how it may be the key to unlocking the crossroads of choice that lies before you. Prepare yourself for a revelation that defies linear logic. Your future self not only exists, but remembers this exact moment. The spark of recognition that lit up in your soul, the tangible feeling of immense possibility. They remember the turning point, the precise moment you decided to break free from the chains of your limitations and began to embody your highest potential. That moment, believe it or not, is happening now. A pivotal point in your journey that echoes across dimensions of time. But there is a crucial nuance. Your future self also remembers the choice you made after this. Did you dismiss this message as something too good to be true, returning to your old patterns and comfort zone? Or did you recognize this as the cosmic nudge you had been begging for and actually took different action? This crossroads is no trivial matter. It defines the trajectory of your reality. The decision to ignore or embrace this transmission is the dividing line between stagnation and true transformation, a test of your will and your faith in the unseen that unfolds with every step. Receiving the message is only half of the equation. The other half, the more challenging and transformative one, is embodying it. Your future self can send you every sign in the universe, but you need to meet them halfway by acting from a renewed identity. This doesn't require a complete revolution in your life overnight. It means starting to make micro choices in each moment from the energy of who you are becoming. a gradual but cumulative process of realignment with your highest essence that unfolds in every decision. When you wake up, ask yourself, how would my upgraded self move through this day? What decisions would they make? What energy would they radiate? And then honor that knowing, even if it feels strange, even if it challenges your current logic. Maybe your upgraded self finally speaks up in that meeting instead of staying silent. Maybe they invest in that course, book that trip, have that hard conversation, or maybe they simply treat themselves with the love and respect they know they deserve. Small choices, consistently made from an expanded identity, create quantum leaps in reality, weaving a new destiny with every step and revealing the power of your intention. This idea that the future already exists and communicates with the present echoes the wisdom found in the Emerald Tablets, attributed to Thoth. In these ancient texts, the understanding that time is an illusion and that all realities coexist in the eternal now is a fundamental pillar. Thoth, the thrice great, the god of wisdom, revealed that the linearity of time is a limited perception of the human mind, and that true existence unfolds in a continuum where past, present, and future are simultaneous. The dance of manifestation and the hidden frequency, the alchemical vision. Your future self lives not in a world of distant dreams, but in a reality where everything you long for is as natural as breathing, effortless, and absolutely expected. They don't strive to manifest anything because they have understood a deep truth. They are the manifestation itself. This realization is the cornerstone of mastery. The understanding that external reality is an unrelenting mirror, always reflecting the internal frequency. Change the frequency, and reality bends, responding to your new vibration with mathematical precision. A cosmic dance in which the universe aligns with your inner melody. That is why gratitude in its purest form transcends simple thankfulness for what you have. It is gratitude for what is already yours in the quantum field. An unshakable certainty that what you desire already exists, just waiting for your alignment. Your future self nurtures not hope, but certainty, not desire, but conviction. When you can generate those same feelings now, you are literally pulling that reality into your present experience, like a magnet attracting what is in resonance. This is the true art of co-creation, where faith becomes the bridge between the invisible and the tangible. Close your eyes for a moment and feel that version of you. Don't think, feel. How do they move? What energy do they radiate? How do they communicate with themselves? What is the tone of their inner dialogue? This isn't a fantasy. It's real-time quantum communication. A cosmic GPS pointing to where you're going. A vibrational map guiding your steps. That feeling is the irrefutable proof that the reality you seek already exists, and that you have the ability to access it through your own frequency, a power that resides within you. What's most intriguing is that the more you embody the energy of your future self, the more reality starts to respond in ways that defy logic. Opportunities arise out of nowhere. The right people show up on your path. Resources materialize. It's not that the universe suddenly noticed you. It's that you finally started operating on the same frequency as your desires, becoming a beacon that attracts what's in tune. This is the law of attraction in its purest form, stripped of mysticism and grounded in quantum physics and Hermetic principles that govern manifestation. This process of attraction through frequency is one of the pillars of initiatory alchemy, which seeks the transmutation not only of matter, but of consciousness itself. The quest for the philosopher's stone, the lapis philosophorum, was not just about creating physical gold, but about elevating the self to a state of perfection and harmony, where external reality aligns perfectly with the internal. Alchemy teaches that true manifestation happens when the alchemist becomes the gold. This means they must first transform themselves, purifying their thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Your future self doesn't rush, force outcomes, or push life. On the contrary, they attract everything they need through flawless alignment. They possess a deep understanding. Everything necessary is already flowing toward them. The only task is to remain clear, open, and receptive, like a river naturally flowing to the ocean without resistance. This is true mastery, allowing life to unfold in its own time, trusting the intrinsic intelligence of the universe that orchestrates every detail with divine precision. Think about this. When you find yourself constantly stressed about how things will unfold, you are unknowingly blocking the very flow you're trying to create. Anxiety and urgency create energetic resistance that prevents manifestation, forming a field of friction that repels what you're seeking. That's why patience in the context of your future self isn't passive or resigned waiting. It's not sitting around hoping things happen. It's active faith, an unwavering trust in the perfect timing of your life while continuing to show up as the person you're becoming. It's a state of being where action is inspired and detachment from the outcome is complete. Your future self knows with a certainty that goes beyond logic that divine timing is not a delay but a meticulous preparation. Every moment between now and your full manifestation is actually preparing you to sustain, integrate, and fully enjoy what's coming. It's like a seed that needs time to germinate and grow before it blooms. Rushing it would only destroy it. The journey is a continuous process of tuning and trusting, where each step is an opportunity to deepen your faith and your alignment with the universal flow. True patience is the manifestation of wisdom, the understanding that everything has its time and place. This concept of active patience and alignment resonates with the Hermetic principle of rhythm, which states that everything flows, out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Understanding and working with this rhythm, instead of fighting against it, is essential to manifestation. The Hermetists taught that life is a constant balance between opposites, and that mastery lies in navigating these fluctuations with balance and calm. By recognizing the natural rhythm of the universe, you harmonize with it, allowing energy to flow freely in your direction, without unnecessary blocks or resistance. The quantum oath and the revelation of Thoth, the key to your future self. To deepen this connection and seal your destiny with your future self, it is crucial to go beyond mere understanding and make a conscious declaration to the quantum field. It is not a simple wish, but a vow that you are in fact ready for a deeper alignment with this higher version of yourself. This declaration is not just for you. It signals to the universe that you are not here for fleeting entertainment, but for a genuine and irreversible transformation. It is an unwavering commitment to your own evolution, a soul cry that resonates across dimensions, drawing the attention of all the forces working in your favor. The act of declaring your readiness creates a signal so coherent that your future self can use it with even greater power. Like tuning a radio to a frequency that once seemed out of reach, this fine-tuning allows the messages to become clearer, the synchronicities more evident, and the guidance more precise. It is a process of internal calibration where every fiber of your being aligns with the truth of your unlimited potential. The clarity that emerges from this tuning is a beacon that lights the way, dissolving the shadows of doubt and uncertainty that once held you back, and revealing your true essence. And here is the truth. Your future self longs for you to understand. You are not late. You haven't missed your chance. Every experience, every challenge, every setback in your life has been a meticulous preparation for this exact moment of recognition. Every obstacle built your capacity. Every apparent failure refined your vision, and every moment of feeling lost deepened your desire for true and unshakable alignment. Nothing was in vain. Every step, no matter how painful, brought you here, to this threshold of new understanding, to this turning point that redefines your journey and your purpose. Your future self, with their expanded vision, sees the perfection in your journey that you, from your current perspective, cannot yet discern. They understand that even your perceived mistakes were in fact divine course corrections, relentlessly guiding you to your highest timeline. They are not worried about you. They are overflowing with excitement because they know you are about to remember something extraordinary. This is the perspective of wisdom, which sees the wholeness of the path even when you can only see the next step. It is the certainty that in the grand tapestry of existence, every thread has its purpose, every knot its reason, and every challenge a lesson. But there is a crucial distinction. Remembering is not enough. The true magic lies in integration. This is the point where the message from your future self, revealed by Thoth, fully manifests. In the Emerald Tablets, Thoth teaches that true wisdom is not just knowledge, but the application of that knowledge. He describes the ability to transcend the limitations of matter and time through the understanding and application of universal principles. The most powerful revelation is that the future self is not a separate entity, but the manifestation of your highest potential already existing in the eternal now. Thoth's message is an invitation to transmutation, to soul alchemy, where you become the conscious creator of your reality, not a mere observer. And how does that integration manifest in concrete actions that shape your reality? Transforming knowledge into power and potential into manifestation, revealing the next step in this journey of self-discovery. Integration is the master key, the point where theory meets practice, where wisdom becomes experience. They have transcended mere spiritual understanding, transforming it into practical, tangible action, a continuous process of refinement and application. This is true alchemy, the ability to transmute knowledge into power and power into manifestation, not through complex rituals, but through mastery of the self, revealed in every conscious choice. They have learned to navigate the physical world from a multidimensional perspective, where every decision is an echo of the deepest intuition, followed by inspired action. That intuition isn't a guess, but a direct connection to the wisdom of your future self, an inner compass that points to the highest path. As the transmissions from your future self become clearer, you will face a challenge: the willingness to act on that guidance, even when it defies the logic of your current self, even when the path seems illogical or counterintuitive, requiring a leap of faith. Remember, your future self operates from a much broader vision than your conditioned mind can conceive. Sometimes, the step they guide you to take may seem like a detour or even a setback from your limited point of view, but they see the full path, while you can only glimpse the next step. That trust in the process, even in uncertainty, is what separates the seeker from the master. What distinguishes intention from manifestation? It's a leap of faith that is rewarded with clarity and direction, revealing the perfection of the greater plan as it unfolds. Learning to trust that guidance is, in truth, learning to trust yourself on a level of depth you may have never accessed before. It's the recognition that you contain a wisdom that far exceeds what your rational mind can grasp, an innate intelligence that is always available to guide you. Your future self is not a separate being. They are you, operating in a state of full remembrance, a constant reminder of your limitless potential. That remembrance is an awakening, a return to your true nature, where ancient wisdom manifests in every choice and every action, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. This process of integrating spiritual wisdom into daily action is one of the pillars of initiatory alchemy, which seeks the transformation of lead, the lower, unawakened self, into gold, the higher, awakened self. It is not an external quest, but an internal journey of self-transformation, where every experience becomes a catalyst for growth. The Hermetists, following the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, Thoth, practiced the art of living in alignment with universal laws, transmuting knowledge into wisdom and wisdom into action, the echo of transformation and the morphic field of the new era, the vision for humanity. Your energy, your presence, and the way you move through the world begin to activate the same remembrance in other souls. It's as if a forgotten melody starts to resonate, awakening the ancestral memory of their true nature in everyone who crosses your path, inspiring a silent and profound awakening that spreads like waves of consciousness across humanity. You become a walking reminder that transformation is not only possible but inevitable, that there is a way of living that transcends imposed limitations, and that we are all inherently more powerful than we've been told. This is the essence of leading by example, where your very existence becomes a beacon of possibility for those still navigating in the dark. Your individual journey becomes a living testimony to the human capacity to transcend the ordinary and reach the extraordinary, inspiring others to embark on their own paths of self-discovery and empowerment, a legacy of light that lights the way. Your future self inhabits a reality where this level of consciousness is the norm, where love prevails over fear, collaboration replaces competition, and the understanding that we ascend together or not at all is universal. This vision of a unified and conscious humanity is not a distant utopia, but a reality that already exists in potential, waiting to be manifested. Every individual who remembers their true nature and aligns with their highest self contributes in an immeasurable way to making that reality more accessible to all, weaving a new tapestry of possibilities for the collective, a bright and promising future. That is why your personal transformation transcends the individual. You are not just rewriting the story of your own life, but actively contributing to the morphic field of possibility for our entire species. The concept of the morphic field suggests that self-organizing systems, like human consciousness, possess fields of information that influence and are influenced by other similar systems. Your individual change, therefore, is not isolated. It resonates and strengthens the collective field, making it easier for others to realize their own transformations. It is a deep interconnection that unites all beings in an invisible web of consciousness, an unbreakable link that connects us all. Your future self exists on a timeline where enough people have made this shift, establishing a new foundation for human consciousness. But this revolution begins with you, in this exact moment. The synchronicities that begin to manifest in your life are not mere coincidences, but clear signals that you are aligning with your highest timeline. These meaningful encounters, unexpected opportunities, and perfect timing events are the universe's way of confirming that you are walking the path of your authentic self. When you operate from this elevated frequency, you become a magnet for experiences that support your evolution and the evolution of those around you. The quantum field responds to your elevated state of being, orchestrating circumstances that seem miraculous but are simply the natural result of conscious alignment. Your future self is already living in this flow of synchronicity, where every moment unfolds with divine precision and purpose. As you embody this transformation, you begin to understand that time itself is not linear but multidimensional, and your future self exists simultaneously in the eternal now. This realization dissolves the illusion of separation between who you are and who you are becoming, revealing that transformation is not a destination, but a continuous state of being. Your elevated consciousness creates ripples that extend beyond the physical realm, touching dimensions of existence that your rational mind cannot fully comprehend. The ancient wisdom traditions have always known this truth, that consciousness is the fundamental fabric of reality, and by changing your inner world, you literally reshape the outer world. Your future self operates from this understanding, wielding the creative power of consciousness with wisdom and compassion. The frequency you emit when aligned with your higher self becomes a tuning fork for others who are ready to awaken to their own potential. This vibrational transmission happens without words, without effort. It is simply the natural radiation of an awakened being. Those who encounter you begin to feel stirrings of remembrance, as if something long dormant within them is being gently called back to life. This is the true meaning of service to humanity, not through preaching or convincing, but through the pure embodiment of what is possible. Your future self understands that the greatest gift you can offer the world is your own authentic transformation, as it gives others permission to embark on their own journey of becoming. The ripple effect of one awakened consciousness is immeasurable, touching lives in ways you may never fully know. In this elevated state of being, you begin to perceive the interconnected web of consciousness that binds all life together. Recognizing that your individual healing contributes to the healing of the collective wound, the pain, trauma, and limitations you transform within yourself are not just personal victories. They are offerings to the morphic field of human experience, making it easier for others to transcend similar patterns. Your future self operates from this understanding of unity consciousness, where the boundaries between self and other dissolve into the recognition of our fundamental oneness. This is the sacred responsibility that comes with awakening, to hold space for the transformation of not just yourself, but for all beings who are ready to remember their true nature. The love that flows through you becomes a healing balm for a world that has forgotten its inherent wholeness. The legacy you create through this transformation extends far beyond your individual lifetime, seeding possibilities for future generations who will inherit a world shaped by your conscious choices today. Your children and their children will be born into a reality where higher consciousness is more accessible because of the groundwork you are laying now. The patterns of limitation, fear, and separation that may have been passed down through your ancestral line stop with you, replaced by patterns of empowerment, love, and unity. Your future self exists in a timeline where this conscious evolution has reached a tipping point, where humanity has remembered its divine nature and learned to live in harmony with all life. This is not just a personal journey, it is a cosmic mission, and you are both the pioneer and the beneficiary of this magnificent transformation. 99. Threes. Use arrow up and arrow down to select a turn, enter to jump to it, and escape to return to the chat.